have a dedicated skilled team of British managers. And then
The Eco Pig project was started 3 years ago. We were challenged to look at reducing our carbon footprint and become more efficient in our farming practices to improve the environmental sustainability of outdoor pig production.
For the Eco Pig team, rising to the challenge meant taking a new look at established practices and developing initiatives, from improved farrowing hut design to increasing green cover. An important success came with an experimental change in feeding practice.
The key point is that this stops bird predation. The feed is a major constituent part of our product. It's also a product that we used to throw around in nuts, in large nuts the size of your thumb, out into the field so that sows could forage for them. In the initial concept of this, in terms of animal welfare, they can display their natural abilities and instincts to root around, but what we hadn't realised over a number of years, we've built up considerable defecation and nitrogen hotspots by the pigs being a very clean animal. They go to the area where their food is not thrown to defecate. This, with the inception of putting troughs in, which was the initial thought, to put troughs in and put the food in the trough, we didn't think we were going to get rid of spatial defecation. We thought it was going to be a major issue for several years. Overnight, that was the biggest thing that we noticed.
As well as the significant reduction in nitrogen hotspots, not throwing food on the ground has other benefits. Food served in troughs can be made more efficiently, and it's more likely to actually reach the pigs.
With the sow rolls, historically they were chucked on the ground. They needed to be hard, so they had to be double densified within the mill. As a part of our Eco Pig project, we were looking at feeding in troughs, which then eliminates the need to be hard, to be chucked on the ground, so straight away they can reduce the energy that they're using within the mill.
It took a lot of power and resources to make the roll, because it had to be very hard to go through the nut chucker to be thrown. Now we can use an adapted nut chucker to feed literally into a trough 2 metres over the fence line. We could feed different product forms from a 3mm, a 6mm or a sow roll if needed into the troughs.
A 3mm product, for instance, we can put 30% through the mill in an hour more than we can for the same amount of input, thus reducing the carbon and the production of our feed. And on some units we can save 130 kilos plus per sow per year by the sow being able to find all its food. The other thing is we have no birds. We used to get a lot of bird predation, a lot of corvids, a lot of seagulls, and we were disturbing the natural ecosystem. All the species that would normally be in hedges around the Suffolk and Norfolk countryside were nowhere near outdoor pig units because the eggs were being predated by predators, i.e. seagulls, and the explosion of corvids on outdoor units.
Collaboration has been a key characteristic of the project, and the team has worked with partners across the industry to achieve the best outcomes, with a focus on welfare, efficiency and minimising environmental impact.
Land is a valuable resource. We're never going to get any more land than what we've got now, and what we have got we need to look after. We need to nurture it, we need to be careful what we put onto it, we don't need to put any more artificial stuff on it. We initially tried to link farmers together with our pig farmers with arable farmers to get muck for straw deals, which means the arable farmers give the straw and they take the muck away from the pig farms. We found a lot of our farmers already had muck for straw deals, but what we wanted to do was make best use of the muck that is produced. So what we developed is to Suffolk Flag would go out to an arable farm, sample the soil, get the analysis, see what was in the ground, then go to the pig farm, get the muck, analyse the muck and put the two together so they can make best use of the muck, cutting down the need for artificial fertilisers and make better use of the muck that is produced on the farm.
The project has covered wide-reaching initiatives, using wider tyres on vehicles to avoid rutting and puddling, grassing tracks and fields to reduce nitrates, and a trial of farrowing huts to identify the best conditions for sows and their young. Many of these have improved efficiency and delivered financial benefits, as well as the primary benefits delivered for the animals and the environment.
It's certainly made me more environmentally aware of what's going on with the land, with the environment, ecology, the welfare of the animals. I've certainly looked at animals a lot differently now, and I'd certainly look at how we work the soil a lot differently now.
We need to think about a bit more what we're doing and, environmentally looking after what we have to ensure that it's there for a long time to come.